everybody to which camera? This one. I pardon myself as I stuff my ferocious face with my ever-loving gummies. New brand, just got them, and I gotta say that they are also of a delicioso. Hence my Italian hoodie. Yeah, by the way, if you guys want to freely send me large hoodies from state, country, whatever you're in, I gladly accept. That'd be cool. But anyways, welcome guys to a Tuesday night show. I'm the vocalist-Denny L Curtis, and of course, friends, Taz, Carol, John, Bev, hello, everybody out there in chatter land and viewership land. Thank everybody so much for joining us tonight. We have, let me see here. You're hearing two voices? My sound is up at Bev. Let me just see if I can, I mean, it's, if it goes up any higher. Okay, can everybody else hear fine, or is it? No. John, can you hear anything fine? Typically, John's my test guy. Yeah, the volume is up, guys, so I don't know. It could be a little latency, maybe. It's echoing, huh? You know, Bev, I often say that too. I think I'm going deaf too, but I will definitely look into that for you guys. Give me a moment. It could be latency on my end, so let me do this because I am just such a nice guy. Let me pull this forward for everybody. See, this is why I have two separate systems going on here. Look at that. Huh? Now you guys get to see me twice. So there it is. This is my workshop. There are my delicious gummies. Yeah, guys, give me 1 second. All right, let me just check this out for you guys. See what's going on. I really don't understand. Everything is off. You know what it could be? Is I have several different apps open here all at once. All right, so that might pose a problem. Or it could be that our end is running a little bit low here. Nonetheless, we will fix it and get on with the show. So now we're going to look over there. So you guys are all confusing me here. So let me just do this, guys. Let me pull this up for you, all right? And let me just check that out real quick. And I shall get right back to everybody because I want to make sure that, excuse me, everything is here on check. Okay, can everybody hear me just fine? I'm pegging out my meter now. Yeah, you know what, guys? Try headphones if you have them. Sometimes your speakers do feedback too because you're in line. So everything is turned up on my end. All right, now we got all the technical aspects out of the way. If anybody's having difficulties, I apologize. So tonight's going to be very cool. And we actually have, let me see, a interview going on with none other than Mr. Smooth himself, GregSmooth. Now, this is kind of a unique setup for an interview, and let me explain to you why. Typically, we'll have the artist call in and we do a live voice interview. And in Greg's case, he is currently not able to do the live interview. So what Greg did was, now these are a series of questions, 10 to be exact, and they're specifically geared so that everybody can get a general sense of who you are, not only as an artist, but as a person, about your passions, your inspirations, and all that fun stuff about music, okay? And I geared them in a way so that it's more personable than it is commercial, if that makes any sense. All right? So, without doing any further... All right, so you okay there, Connie? Everybody okay? It's Monkey's fault. Yeah, speaking of which, I want to thank the Monkey guys. Please give a round of applause to our Monkey Fan Club president. All right, if you want to join the Monkey Fan Club, there's your president right there, the Monkey Fan Club. Awesome, awesome tag, awesome idea. Thank you, Dave. That was really cool. He's in New Zealand. Aha. Yeah, he's the president of the Monkey Fan Club, right? Such as Bev is the president of the Listeners Fan Club. So we have two El Presidentes. So this is what I did, guys, is I sent, and we also have other people, other artists who you guys all know, but until it's confirmed, we're not going to say any names of these awesome people. But we have them lined up. So if you guys want to jump on the interview train, please do so. I'd love to have you. So we have several other artists lined up. Now tonight is going to be cool. All right. So what I did is I set up a series of questions, as I just said. And Greg took the time and he printed everything in response, but he also gave voice recordings as well. So what Greg asked is if I could do this for him, and I so honorably do not mind. Greg wanted to do an intro, so I want everybody to listen up, please. Greg is in New Zealand, yeah. Too many bananas, yeah. All right, so everybody, this is Greg. He is doing... Yeah, my mic's hot, guys. I got to turn this down just a little bit. I apologize. Okay, so this is Greg's intro, and this is his message to everybody. So if you guys just want to maybe turn your volumes up for a second, this is how we're going to start it off. This is Mr. GregSmooth, and here we go.
Hello to you, Denny, and all you beautiful people out there. It's such a privilege to be here and be interviewed. It's been very exciting, and I can't wait to get into this. And just so you all know, you guys have the accent. I don't have the accent. Okay, so I was introduced to music early in life. 5, 6, 7 years old. My mum would always have music going on the record player or the radio, always something going. And she had instruments. She used to play the piano, the violin, piano, accordion. She was always had something going. So it was there all the time. Mum used to take us to the movies. We'd watch Sound of Music, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and The Fiddler on the Roof. Man, all of that sort of stuff lives with you, and it right through your life, it's still with you. So what a great start to life that was. So, you know, we would get back home and we would dress up and play parts of the scene, and Mum would be with us. It was just so good. I did a little bit of piano playing with Mum, one-fingered tunes while Mum did all the hard work. So, yeah, it was there from an early age. Early childhood definitely was when it all started.
Well, there you have it, guys. Could everybody hear that just fine? That was Greg's little intro saying hi to everybody. It's a little unorthodox, but this was the way that... Yeah, the accent. Okay, Judy, so you definitely heard it. When I messaged Greg in reply to that, that's why he said it. He doesn't have the accent. Everybody else does. I said, I love your accent, Greg. And he's like, I don't have the accent. You have the accent. I can't repeat his accent. Anyways, I read Greg's replies. I read his stories. And guys, this is why I love to do this. This is why I really wanted to get into changing things up and getting to know you guys not only as the artist, but as the person. I have to have a backdrop on my camera right now. I apologize. Hey, This is about as professional right now as we get. I do have a green screen on order, though. Thank you. All right. So this is how it rolls, right? Greg, we've been chatting back and forth. And this first question is what I asked Greg. And then I will play you his reply, okay? I do have him printed out, but I will play his audio for you. So this is what I asked Greg. I said, at what age, roughly, were you first introduced to music? Now, this is Greg's reply. Let's take a listen.
So I think what inspired me about music is, you know, I feel music could change a person inside. You know, it could actually make your day.
Okay, I think Greg missed one there. That was his third one. That's okay. So I'm going to read it. Greg's response said, I was introduced to music at an early age of 6 or 7 years old. My mom always had music going on in the old record players. She would, handle to play the music on the piano that she used to play, and of course the radio. Music was always there. Mom also played the violin and piano, a natural talent, he says. Mom would take us to the movies to watch The Sound of Music, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and Fiddler on the Roof, to name a few. Okay, so Greg's opening, he introduced that. So not a problem. So I'm basically reading his opening. That's okay. We played some piano together, just as the old basic tunes. Mostly one finger playing, he says. She did all the hard work. As I grew into my early teens, I had tried the harmonica, flute, and guitar. I'm a master of none of them, he says, but I do enjoy tinkering with the guitar to this day. I feel it gave me an ear and respect for the music I love so much. Music has been around me my entire life in one way or another. No, I don't have an accent, Connie. So, that's really cool, because this is why I impress so much guys on, and it's not that I'm being a pest to you guys, but this speaks volume about Greg, especially here. We used to watch The Sound of Music, and in Greg's response, his mom had a lot of involvement in his early age with music. She was obviously impressed upon him at a young age, Greg says, between 6 and 7 years old. So I find that awesome, and it's such a blessing, right, when you have, say, maybe parents or some type of influence that's close to you in your life, especially at that age. It's very influential. So that was Greg. And what age did he first get introduced to music? So the second question I had asked Greg, and again, guys, typically it's live, but we are accommodating Greg here. And I know Greg is listening, so I have to do a good job for him. Second, I said, Greg, what inspired you most about music? So here we go. Let's play Greg's response.
Better, almost like pick you up when you're down. That's the talent of it. You can feel the power of it. You can easily get lost in music, no matter what style of sound you love. As I grew up, I know that I tried the harmonica, the flute, the euphonium, which is like a smaller version of the tuba, and the guitar. And I'm a master of none, but I still enjoy tinkering around with the guitar today. I feel it gave me an ear for respect of the music that I love so much. Yeah, so music's been around for my entire life, and I just love it. I'd spend, as a teenager, so much time in my room, and I had the speakers set up in each corner of my room, and little wires coming to the main base of the speakers, and a little battery and a light connected to it. Every time the music played and it went boom, 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 these little lights would flicker. So I'd turn the main lights out, and that would be me all night, just taking in this awesome singing and music to all these lights. I even had friends coming over just to share the experience. It was just great. You know, I love the depth of the music, and try and pick out the instruments that are deep within the song. There's lots that you don't really hear unless you really try. I love doing that. Um, I'd get caught up in the incredible emotions of a singer and the talent that they have of making you feel like the song is sung directly to you. That's the amazing part of it all. It's very inspiring and leaves you wanting more, that's for sure.
Couldn't have said that better or answered that better myself, Greg. Uh, I liked Greg. I like how you answered with the so where was it? You had these speakers set up in the corners of your room, and it'll go boom, boom, boom. That was priceless. And you know, I love it that he says it was about emotions, right? How it tied to him directly, as if it was speaking to him. Um, and then he went on to say that, you know, he would get caught up in the emotion of a singer and then the talent that they had, making a song feel like that they are singing it directly to you. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love how music gives people that extension of themselves through emotions. All right. And guys, don't forget, if you would like to be interviewed, all right, and of course have your story told by us here, and we will have co-hosts such as Carol, John, Tess, and Bev and stuff. Everybody will be, commentating back and forth at one point or the other. And by the way, warm wishes to Carol. I know her eyes are getting a little bit better, probably perhaps still a little bit fuzzy for her, so I know she is listening in. All right, so I just want to give her a shout out. All right, so the third question I had asked Greg, I says, Greg, who inspired or influenced you to music? Now, this is Greg's response. Let's see if we can get this timing right here with this, guys. Here we go. So who inspired or influenced you?
Well, sadly, I believe I started singing late in life. I feel like I've missed out on an entire lifetime of singing and enjoyment. I was too shy growing up to sing out loud.
Hold on, Greg.
I think who inspired me the most and influenced me the most would be my brothers and their music, especially my brother Trev. His room was next to mine and his speakers would just rattle the windows. Mum would come in telling him off again to turn it all down. But he had this massive record collection and I would sneak into his room many, many times and get some albums from him. I'd go into my room, put it on my sad little stereo system that I had, and I'd put the small speaker under the pillow, and countless nights where I would fall asleep with music playing on repeat over and over again. I was just so into the amazing songs and the music. And then I found a little bit later on when my nephew was only a baby, I would lay him on my bed at his nap time, and I would put the music speakers next to him and play the soft, beautiful music, and he would fall asleep just like that. So that's the magic of music. And, music and song drives us, and we don't even realize it sometimes. It's a really cool thing.
Yes, Greg, it is. And that was the question I asked Greg, who inspired or influenced your music? I think his answer, it sounds like his brother had a big part in Greg's music. See, again, family, friends, other people in our life, it's a huge inspiration. All right, so the other question I had, Greg, and this here, guys, if I go off base a little bit in response to it, I apologize. We're trying to match up everything here via recording. So the other question I asked Greg, I said, Greg, when did you first begin to sing? At what age? Now, again, this is different than being introduced to music. So this, I'm asking, what age, roughly, did he first begin to sing? See if we get it right.
Well, sadly, I believe I started singing late in life. I feel like I've missed out on an entire lifetime of singing and enjoyment. I was too shy growing up to sing out loud, sang in the car, sang in the shower, and that was me. So I've been singing for a little over 13 years and loving it. I remember going to my brother's place for the first time when he was running karaoke. Only my family was there, and he said, "Come on, just get up and give it a go. Just try it." And he pushed me for nearly 2 hours, and I didn't want to do it until I said to him, "Okay, I'll get up if you sing with me or stand by me or something." Well, that was that. I tell you, there was no looking back. I was absolutely hooked. Everywhere he went with karaoke, because he used to run it in the evenings, I would be with him until the point where I started to run karaoke myself. I was absolutely hooked. From there, I took the steps into competitions and travelled over New Zealand, entering different karaoke competitions. I had a lot of luck there and self-taught, but I love the buzz. I love the buzz of the crowds. Then from there, I took on 3 times singing on live TV on a live karaoke show here in New Zealand. I wanted to experience the feeling of singing to a camera, and boy, that was a high as well. So that was a great start to my singing life.
So that was, I asked Greg, when did you first begin to sing? At what age? And of course here he replies roughly at 13 years of age. I'm now looking into this camera. I need some, what do you call them? Producers, studio technicians. I love Greg's answers. I also, and Greg, yeah, man, I'm sorry, but you do have an accent. Or my ears have an accent. Either way, and he mentions karaoke too. He said, I didn't know you guys have karaoke out there. I know, it's not just limited to the States, right? Ah, Connie, see? See? Connie, you just exactly typed up what I just said. I said the same thing. And Greg is listening. Greg, everybody is loving your responses. So I know you're at work and stuff like that, but how do they say it? Right on, mate. All right. I was watching this show, been watching this show. I'll explain that to you later. A bit funny. Actually, I had to ask Tess about it. All right, so the 5th question I asked Greg, in which, by the way, we have several songs of Greg's that we're going to play. So let me get to this question, number 5, and then we're going to play one of his songs. And again, when you're featured, we play the entirety of your song, okay? Eric, Dolly Parton. That's right, man. I forgot about the Dolly Parton thing, right? That's kind of like the Chuck Norris joke. Good on you, mate. Thank you, El Presidente of the Monkey Fan Club. That's right. Good on you. You know where I got that stuff from? Mate, bloke. Let me see. I learned that cuppa is a cup of tea. There's this show that we've been binging. It's called McCloud's Daughters. Now, of course, we don't have that here in the U.S., but we have a Fire Stick and everything. We get thousands of stuff. So anyways, she's been watching the show, binging it like a freight train. And we're now at the last season. So that's kind of where I got all my Australian stuff from. You won't, right? Okay. I says, Greg, what artist or genre was your influence? You know, so what style? What was your influence? And let's see. This is Greg's answer, audible. Here we go.
Well, I have two definite inspiration of artists here that definitely influenced me. And obviously, a lot of people know I am a huge fan of Elton John. Without a doubt, he's just amazing. He would capture every part of me with his emotional songs. It sort of went straight to the heart like an arrow. Such cleverly written music by Bernie Taupin, and with the added magic of Elton's orchestral music and singing arrangements, man, it could just carry me away every time. It grabbed any and every emotion, and it felt like he was drawing me in. I just love his singing. It's amazing. And my second artist is definitely Alan Parsons from the Alan Parsons Project. The lyrics that are in his songs are like poetry for sure. And it's like poetry and music weaved into a beautiful song. His songs have so much meaning and such feeling. It's once again, I just got lost in his talented music and singing. And it's a lot of the tracks you would never hear on the radio that would do that. So if you haven't listened to him, you should go and listen to him. So I just love so many singers and songs, but like these two really grabbed me most definitely.
Now that question that I asked Greg was, what artist or genre was your influence? And what intrigued me, Alan Parsons. Which camera are you looking at now? This one over here. Okay. Greg, I know you're listening, but I honestly never would have guessed Alan Parsons. Well, I'm sorry, the Alan Parsons Project. That's quite interesting. And obviously, yes, Greg, everybody knows you love Elton John. Yes, and yeah, Greg, so Daniela says that Elton John is one of her favorites too. All right, so now what we're going to do here, again, guys, this is our, how do you guys say it? In Australia or whatever, the go on, or I think Tess and I just had this conversation. So right now I'm stuffed, right? No. And I'm going to play one of Greg's songs. Now, these were songs that Greg chose himself. So what we do is we send you guys this list, and you can pick 3 of any recordings that you would like to feature that, I don't know, maybe they have more meaning to you than other ones that you have done. So Greg's 3 songs that he chose. This first one here, Greg chose Mr. Lonely by Bobby Vinton. Now, I don't have the names and stuff like we typically do, guys, as far as the links, but what your awesome host can do is I will send you guys this. Now, this is one of Greg's picks that he wanted everybody to listen to, because this is one of his inspirations, one of his songs that inspires him the most. So here we go. This is Greg's song in its entirety. Mr. Lonely by Bobby Vinton.
Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely, I have nobody for my own. Oh, I'm so lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely, wish I had someone to call on the phone. Ooh, now I'm a soldier, a lonely soldier, away from home, wish of my own. That's why I'm lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. I wish that I could go back home. Letters, never a letter. I get no letters in the mail. I've been forgotten, yes, forgotten. Oh, how I wonder, how is it I fail? Ooh, now I'm a soldier, a lonely soldier, away from home, through no wish of my own. That's why I'm lonely. I'm Mr. Lonely. I wish that I could go back home.
All right, guys, that was Mr. Smooth, aka Greg. That was his first choice well, not in order, but anyways, that was the first song that we chose that Greg had sent us to play. Apparently that song has a lot of meaning to him. And Greg, very nicely done on that song, by the way. You are getting a lot of compliments. People are just loving you, mate. I said that right, didn't I? I did. Yes, I did. So good job on that, Greg. And thank you so very much. And we still have a few more songs of Greg's. But what I really love is his answers. This next one, I believe it's question number 6. Now this question, again, these are geared specifically for everybody to learn more about you, the artist, your music, and of course, the person. You know, the person behind his or her music, right? This is why we geared the questions the way we did. So the next question, what skills do you think music has taught and or helped you with? All right. I want to hear this. I haven't heard this reply here. I only have it on sheet. So here we go. I asked Greg, what skills do you think music has taught or helped you with? And this is Greg's reply. Here we go.
So the skills that music has taught and helped me with. About 4 years into my singing, I met a man called Rupert, a singing tutor. He was teaching about 15 or 20 people in a class. And we were aged between 25 and 80 years old, just average, everyday people. He taught us to believe in ourselves. He taught us that you can sing, you have got a voice. He gave us stage presence. He gave us confidence to actually engage with the crowds. It was an amazing, amazing time. And under his wing for about the next 4 years, he showed me a whole new world of learning and how to sing and how to help people. He was so happy with my learning that he eventually said to me that I could help him teach the class, which was a real privilege. So I got to help so many people learn to go forward in their singing, and it was a real honor. There was one lady there named Rusty. She was 80 years old, and she run a funeral home. Her family would tell her that she was a hopeless singer. Please don't sing again. They hated it. And she was really hurt by this. And she cried when she told us this. So between me and Rupert, we guided her. When she got up to sing, she couldn't even hold the mic in her hand. It was shaking so much. It was a really tough thing to see. But over the next few months leading up to nearly a year, we gave her the confidence to trust that she has got a voice And eventually she ended up going to a karaoke night and singing an entire song in front of a crowd. What a proud moment that was for her, and it actually brought her and us to tears. So that was extremely, extremely special. Rupert talked me into entering the Country Music Awards, which was a live band scenario, a new scene for me, no lyrics in front of me. That was super scary, but my first competition, I managed to get second. I was floored by that. Such a proud moment. So as you can see, music has given me the confidence to share and help others, and for as long as I have air in my body, I will keep doing that.
That answer right there. Yeah, I gotta say, Greg, that really touched me. You know, I personally can relate to that person's experience. And you know, back then things were different, but you know, nonetheless, that's awesome. And I think somebody said it in the you know, chats. Yeah, awesome to have a coach like that. Yeah, Connie, so many people are mean. And I think somebody said from Australia, good on you, mate. That's what it is. There we go. And Bev just shouted out Greg. She said that you have helped so many people, including herself. Danielle said great answers. And everyone on SingSnap has thrown across as very uplifting. Yes, they are. That's why we do what we do. 100%, guys. Yes. And kiss the monkey, the president says. Oh, I gotta love it. So, yeah, that was his answer. Very heartfelt. What skills do you think music has taught and helped you with? I love that. I love that. This stuff is great, man. It truly is. All right, so let me see here. Now, this is kind of a short answer, but question 7, I asked Greg. We said, what kind or type of singer are you? And this is Mr. Smooth's reply. Let me make sure, guys, I match it up here. So here we go. This is GregSmooth replying to that question. What kind or type of singer are you? Here we go.
I love most all genres of music, that's for sure. I enjoy rocking it out and letting the hair down, what's left of it. Or I like the humour songs. I love fun songs and trying to make people laugh. But truly for me, and everybody will know this, that I am home the most with the emotional, heartfelt songs. I feel that kind of music, it really draws me in like no other. It's takes you deep inside to another place. And I often try to draw the listener into the song with me. Yeah, so they can feel what I feel. So absolutely the sad emotional songs is my most enjoyable part of music, that's for sure.
All right, very good. Let me see, Greg, I just want to make sure. Sad and emotional. Yeah, you know, a lot of people, I think, that I've run into over the years get things, I think, crossed, right? People who aren't like you guys, they're music listeners, or what I call enjoyers, right? So they'll enjoy music, which is great too. But they're not vested. They're not, the artistry of music isn't within them, and that's okay, right? But a lot of people like that, they'll get confused when it comes to emotionalism that's tied in with the song. Some people actually express and feel better when they're singing, say, a low-keyed song or something that may seem depressing to others. But for most, that is a joyous moment when they're singing. which I find really cool. All right, so we're going to move on to the next question that we asked Greg. But before we do that, let's pipe up one of... I'm talking. Man, I got to stop watching that show. I tell you, because, next thing you know, I'm going to be jumping around and trying to catch roos. I think I said that right. Yeah, kangaroos. Right on, mate. That's what I say all the time now. I even said that to Greg. I said, all right, mate. So Greg's other song he chose was Old and Wise. Here we go. Alan Parsons Project. Speaking of Alan Parsons Project, this is called Old and Wise, and this here is the song that he chose for his second one here. All right, so before I read on, we're going to play this other track. So this is Greg, ladies and gentlemen.
As far as my eyes can see, there are shadows approaching me, and to those I left behind, I wanted you to know you've always shared my deepest thoughts. You follow where I go, and when I'm old and wise, bitter words mean nothing to me. Autumn winds will blow right through me, and someday, in the midst of time, when they ask me if I knew you, I'd smile and say you were a friend of mine. And as the sadness would be lifted from my eyes, oh, when I'm old and wise, as far as my eyes can see, there are shadows surrounding me, and to those I leave behind, I want you all to know you've always shared my darkest hours. I'll miss you when I go, and when I'm old and wise, heavy words that tossed and blew me, like autumn winds will blow right through me. And someday, in the midst of time, when they ask me if I knew you, remember that you were a friend of mine. As the final curtain falls before my eyes, oh, when I'm old and wise, as far as my eyes can see.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Parsons Project right there. Mr. GregSmooth Now this time, Connie, yes, I can say I've never heard that song before. Nicely done, of course. A lot of enthusiasm as far as expression in his voice. And I think I read somewhere somebody saying how they love to sing songs like that too because it inspires them. Greg, so you have a lot of people here, truly commenting. And of course, you can always come back and check the chats after the shows. But a lot of people are loving what you have to say, Greg, obviously. And there's so much loving your songs too. And of course, each artist is unique within themselves. And that's what I love about it. Let me see. Yeah, I found that it's nice when you hear people singing, different styles of music as opposed to what, like a lot of you guys know that I like to sing Elvis and stuff like that. Recently, I recorded some newer tracks that obviously are not Elvis, but it kind of gives people the understanding of who you are as an artist. And so the other question I asked, the three final questions, this is number 8. I asked Greg, this is Greg, do you feel that music has helped you in a positive way? If so, please explain how music has helped you for the better. So I'm going to try to get, see if I can line this up. Greg's audible response here, and I believe this is it. So yep. Yeah, that was his. Okay. So let me see if I can find this for you guys. 1 second. Here we go.
So music has definitely helped me in a positive way. It's because of the music and the singing that's taken me to America to meet some of the most amazing, beautiful SingSnap people. And again, at the end of the year, I get to go again and meet more amazing people. So it's given me some of the most wonderful friendships that you could ask for. And that's a great thing. It energizes me and keeps me young inside. Most of all, music has given me the power to help others see and feel what I see and feel. And if I can help someone else, I feel that that's a success. So just to see them feeling better about themselves and giving them confidence helps me. And it is definitely a great reward. So it's definitely truly better to give than receive. That's what I feel. So music has taken me so far in life.
Wow. Nicely said, Greg. Very nicely said. That very heartfelt answer. And I love how people use music as that tool to help inspire others, and it's not done in a selfish way, right? As Greg stated here, it keeps him young, it encourages him, and it gives him the power to help others see and feel what he sees and feels in their own way. I mean, isn't that true? Right, Judy? I mean, Greg, people here are agreeing with you that that's what music is about. Yes, we like the beat, we like the singing, we like the artist, all that. But at the end of the day, Greg's answer ties that up very nicely. Greg, nice reply. Nice answer, man. Heartfelt stuff right here. And again, guys, I will keep repeating it. Please email us. We would love to do the same with you guys. And again, as a rule, yes, we do the live where you are responding live. But in some situations, such as Greg, he couldn't. So literally his answers, I think he typed it up first and then just kind of read it back to me. the Audible, because he wanted to make sure, and I appreciate it even more, that you guys heard his voice and not me reading his responses. He wanted that emotion with his voice attached, which I respect that, because it's Greg's story. It's how Greg can tell it, and nobody can tell your story better than you. Right? I can do my best, but you truly are setting the tone and the emotions and the expressions of how you want people to hear what you are saying. So that was very nice. SingSnap, Bev, please. And hello, Mother. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, surely, it definitely is a way to express yourself. Wanted his accent? Yeah. Greg, I don't know if you have an accent. The other Greg. Yeah, he's one of the great fortune tellers. That's right. All right, moving on, folks. So I just want to make sure I get... Yeah, see, we had to, again, for those who are just joining us, Greg was going to try to do the live interview, but unfortunately, Greg got tied up, and of course, priority comes first. So Greg recorded his answers to us, and of course, he typed them out for me, but in return, he pretty much read back what he typed out so that you guys can hear him. All right, so that's what's going on at this point. All right, so let me see. Number 9, we said, Greg, if you had to choose, what artist would you like to be and why? Let's see if we get this one here. I think this is the right one, guys. Forgive me if I can click it really quick, but let's see.
What artist would I choose to be? You know what? This might sound a little bit selfish, but if I had to choose, you know what? I would choose to be me. I love what I do and how I do it. I love to share and help others. I enjoy what I sing, and I sing what I enjoy. Being me is good enough for me. If sharing and helping and the love of singing and music can be classed as being an artist, well, that's what I am. I'm really happy within myself, and I'm really good with that. So me being me is all I want to be.
Greg, I did not expect that for an answer, but that is awesome. True to yourself, true to who you are. And you heard it, guys. Greg, if he had to choose, he'd be him. That, I think, is awesome. You know, that's who Greg is. If he had to choose, he doesn't want to be anybody else but him. You know, a lot of people say, well, example, somebody just typed up Olivia Newton-John, you know, but that's, I love that answer. That's really cool. And there's nothing wrong with that. Greg is emotionalizing with us and explaining his true thoughts and feelings. Really cool, Greg. I like that answer. All right, so number 10. We asked Greg, oh, and by the way, guys, are you... And again, it's our first go-around, mates. But like I said, typically it's a live interview. So I hope everybody's enjoying our first go at it, right? And then, you know, of course, as we go on, we get better and better, as we always do. And I thank everybody for tuning in and supporting Greg for this. I know Greg truly appreciates it, because I know he's listening. Greg, you can't hear everybody, so I'm trying to emphasize on their behalf. You're well loved, my friend. I can tell you that much. Very respected as well. And yep, Bev just said, Greg, we would not have you any other way. She says that you're such a great guy, and she says you're not funny at all. No, I'm kidding. She said you're funny at times. Oh boy. See, Greg, that's the one part I can get you on. Okay. I believe this was the final question. Yeah, guys, send us your emails on SingSnap Bev. Okay? And in turn, we will respond and send you the exact things we sent to Greg. And all the information's in there for you guys that you need. We said, Greg, what would you like to say to everyone about your musical experience and why? Okay, let's make sure this is it. Here it is.
Well, my music experience was quite a journey for me. After all is said and done, you know, I feel enjoying yourself is the most important thing. Love what you do, and that's the secret, I think. Sing your hearts out. You know, don't worry about what others think. Who cares? You know, sing for the love of singing. Singing is wonderful medicine and good for the soul, that's for sure. There are so many people around here that will enjoy what you sing, and sharing the love of singing together is what it's all about, that's for sure. Denny, I want to thank you so much for such a humbling experience as this. Sharing a little of my love of music and how I got to this point. It's been a wonderful time for me, and thank you all so much for taking the time to come and have a listen to my little side of life. You are truly all such amazing people and friends. And I love you all, that's for sure. And a great big shout out to the hardworking people behind the scenes. You know, people like Carol and Tess that spend many, many, many hours trying to get the singers together and get them in some sort of order. And John, who's busy working like a little cog machine all the time there. You guys really help to make this show shine. So thank you to you all. It has been a pleasure.
Greg summed it up for me with the appreciation and the thanks. He is 100% right. Greg, you know, what I loved is I personally, it was truly an honor to hear your expressions and to finally get a better insight and understanding of who you are as a person, not just an artist who's, you know, recording on SingSnap, but a better understanding of who Greg is, and allowing everybody to kind of become a little more involved with Greg. You know, it's almost as if you invited people in a little bit more to that space and gave everybody an opportunity to better understand who you are, your music, the man, why you got started, how music has helped you, how you have helped others, and of course, most importantly, how music literally has brought everybody together. And Greg tied it up very nicely, you know, at the end. Everybody does work, and it's not just the team. Yes, the team works very, very hard. Everybody does, okay? But it's also you guys. You guys come on, even though you're not featured, and you support everybody. And when I said you guys before that you have built up a community, you know, yeah, we may not have over 1 million views. I don't care about that. I don't care about having 1 million subscribers. Okay, that's not what this show is about. This show, as you guys already know, it's about people coming together, supporting each other. And you guys built a community. We are already beyond what I ever thought was possible. And this is done organically. We don't pay to have people come on. We don't pay for advertisement. You guys built this up. And that takes a lot of effort too. And you guys support each other. I can see it in the text. I feel it. I feel the emotions. I feel the support and love and respect that all you guys have for everybody. So I want you guys to seriously thank yourselves. I personally do, and I know the team does. It's a great admiration and respect that I thank you guys. Because I honestly love doing what I do. You guys make it worth the while every single night we do this. So I personally thank you from my heart. So guys, I'm going to play Greg's last and final song for you, and Greg will close it out. And don't forget, if you guys would like to be interviewed and allow people to kind of know a little more about you, aside from your recordings, please send us your email. Yes, no, what have you. We will send you all the information. All right, and then we will take it from there. And don't forget, this Friday, and hopefully Carol will be seeing a little bit better. All right, and she'll be back on. I know a lot of you guys miss her, but I know she's listening in and doing her best. So, and also this Friday, we have a special co-host that will be joining me. You guys know her and love her. All right, I'm not going to shout it out just yet, but trust and believe, you're going to love her. All right, so again, this is Greg, and his final song is One More Arrow by his favorite artist, or one of, Elton John. So here we go, Greg.
He said, I want to grow up and look like Robert Mitchum, and I hope that when I'm gone, there'll be some say that I miss him. He must have been romantic. He must have sensed adventure, and I feel the steel of his strong wind in the frame around his picture. And he's one more arrow flying through the air, one more arrow landing in a shady spot somewhere where the days and nights blend into one, and he can always feel the sun through the soft brown earth that holds him, forever always young. He could have been a boxer, but the fight game seemed so dirty. We argued once, he knocked me down, and he cried when he thought he hurt me. Strictly from the old school, he was quiet about his pain, and if 1 in 10 could be that brave, I would never hate again. And he's one more arrow flying through the air, one more arrow landing in a shady spot somewhere where the days and nights blend into one, and he can always feel the sun through the soft brown earth that holds him, forever always young.
Greg Smooth, and Greg, I did not know you snuck into the chats. I was so focused on the interview, listening to you. I literally seen Greg there, and I think I even said it, the other Greg, but yet it was you. I apologize, Greg. All I can say is you have one tremendous heart, and I appreciate your music, and of course now I know you more, not only as an artist but also as a person, a human being. When you can put that emotion with the face and the music, it makes things more impressive, and I love the fact that I feel now as if I just drew closer to you. It's more personable now. You know, you get to know each other on a whole different level, and we are literally worlds apart, all of us. But that doesn't stop us, does it? So that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, my friends. That, Mr. Smooth himself, ladies and gentlemen. Greg, tremendous job. And guys, don't forget, submit your junk if you would like to have an interview with us, the vocalist Denny L Curtis, and friends. For now, we part everybody. Bye-bye. And we will see all of you this Friday. And we have a special guest co-host. She's actually still in the room chatting, so I can't say her name yet, but she will be there. So look forward to that. It's going to be a great time. As always, I thank my team and every single one of you. For now, guys, until we sing again, take care of others, be kind to others, be kind to yourself. God bless everybody. Have a fantastic, a safe week. See you all later.